I always had a really great relationship with food. I started restricting a lot, and then I read the book, The FAVS Diet. And you're worth so much more than what you eat, you look, what number is on the scale, on your pants, on your shirt. You are worth so much more than that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if not, welcome. My name's Allana, and today I'm going to be filming a video about my journey starting intuitive eating, if you couldn't tell by the title. No, this isn't coffee, it is my tea, so don't you worry. It is currently 9 o'clock at night, so if I was having a cup of black coffee, I don't think I would sleep tonight. Let's get started. I don't want to make this video too long. I want to keep it simple, brief, so you can get the gist of it. So I just have my notebook here. I'm a little old-fashioned with my notes, so if you see me looking down, it's my notebook. It's gonna be a bit of a whirlwind of a video, but I hope to help give you guys some insight into my journey and some tips and advice on if you would like to get into intuitive eating, or how to help you on your intuitive eating journey if you're already started. Because I've gotten a lot of questions and messages on my Instagram page at lanibfit, which I'll have down below, usual about this topic and how I started it. And I thought it would be really nice to just have one resource that I could send out to help. But basically, I'll just give a little history of myself. Growing up, I always had a really great relationship with food. I ate whatever I wanted. Wasn't necessarily the healthiest eater. Was very picky until I went away to school. But I never was concerned about how many carbs or calories or anything was in anything. I just ate until I was full, sometimes a little past that, but I just ate what felt good for me. When I went away to university, I used to go to Laurier, so it was about an hour away from where I live. And I started drinking a lot, I was eating out a lot, I was stress eating quite a bit, and I put on quite a bit of weight. In first year, I struggled with that quite a lot. I fell into a lot of diet fads. I did like the military diet, I did this no gluten, dairy, or red meat diet thing from this workout plan. I think that was about it, and then I did BBG, and then I started restricting a lot. And I didn't really think I was at the time. I even went to a dietitian, and like at first I wasn't, but as I continued doing BBG, which was a really great program, don't get me wrong, I loved it and I did it again this year, but my eating just kept getting more and more restrictive because I became obsessed with losing the weight. And I didn't really realize it at the time, but looking back on my what I eat in a day videos and posts I used to have, like they're still on my channel, they're still on my Instagram, I wasn't eating enough by any sort of good means. So I became really obsessed with that, and then when I got into second year, I was really fearful of putting back on that weight. So I ate very low carb, very low calorie, and I even tried reverse dieting when I realized I was. But then I started putting on weight and I didn't like that, so I just went back to my old habits. And then I ended up getting mono and losing more weight in second year, and looking back, I was very muscular and I was very fit, and I remember being really happy with how I looked, but still wanting to lose more. I don't know, I was really obsessed with weighing myself. I weighed myself every morning and every night, which is not good by any means. And it just wasn't good. Like, I'll put photos here on the screen of like what I looked like before I lost the weight in high school. It will all be here. But it was not good, and it was like overtaking my life, and I didn't go out a lot because of that. And then I got really into food combining when I was able to work out again after having mono, and that consumed my life even more. I literally planned my entire day and all my meals out just so that I could food combine perfectly. And let me tell you, food combining is bullshit. But if you want to know what I'm talking about, Kenzie Burke has a bunch of videos and stuff on it. You can even Google it. It's like an old Ayurvedic method of eating. It's just like how you can, I'm not even going to talk about it. It doesn't deserve the time. I got really obsessed with it, and I ended up developing a lot of very painful bloating issues. My mom has Crohn's. We think I have IBS, and I went to a doctor I went to my doctor and then a registered dietitian, and I worked through the low FODMAP diet, and this diet was very restrictive. It caused me to binge a lot from the restriction, and typically was what happens, how binging happens. And then I started to work with a coach, and I did macros, and I became very obsessed with it. And again, I was weighing myself like every day. I was counting my calories, I was counting my macros, and it just wasn't good for me. It was consuming my entire life. And then I read the book, The Fuck It Diet, and now this book literally changed my life. So if you're starting or thinking about starting intuitive eating, I highly recommend the Fuck It Diet book. I will link it down below, as well as there's another intuitive eating book that I highly recommend. Definitely read that, because that totally changed my whole mind shift. And I didn't necessarily start fully intuitive eating at that moment, but I was a lot more open to the idea of it and open to exploring it. So basically the steps I took to start intuitive eating was 1, reading that book, 2, unfollowing all the toxic diet culture accounts I had on my Instagram, learning to reteach myself how to describe food. So I stopped using clean, I stopped using good and bad. I started being okay with having cane sugar in my food and gums and canola oil, because I was petrified of canola oil. I mean, it's not my first choice of oil, but if it's in it, it's not going to kill me. So definitely that. Then I would definitely say trying to get myself to have my fear of foods and encouraging myself to eat things that I may not have necessarily considered to be healthy. During the start of quarantine, I was baking a lot, I was cooking a lot, and I wasn't trying to make a low carb or healthier option all the time, and really encouraging myself to be comfortable with that and to know that my body would know when I was full and to listen to its cravings. That was really helpful. Also, surrounding myself with people who had good relationships with food really helped. My friends Noam and Aristay really helped me on this journey. They may have not known it at the time, but seeing them cook and bake all the time and being with them while they had that really helped me feel encouraged to do so myself. I started learning what my body was craving, when I was full, all that stuff. I also, as well as like on Instagram, I also stopped watching videos that I felt were triggering to me. I'm not going to mention names, but there's quite a few YouTubers that I used to look up to. They may not have necessarily been like health and fitness influencers, but they were very into diet culture and spoke, oh my god, it is late and I can't talk. But they spoke quite a lot about what they were eating in ways that I preferred not to consume in terms of media, so I stopped watching their videos. I also stopped body checking in the mirror so often. I still struggle and do it quite a bit, but whenever I change into my pajamas at night, I no longer check myself out in the mirror. I just put them on, get into bed, and call it a night. I don't know. What else? I think just really, I know this is like, it sounds so easy, but your body really does know what it wants. It's so smart. You need to give it more credit than you do. And just read the Fuck It Diet. Like, honestly, read it, live by it, do the work. And if you guys are looking for a sign to give up diet culture, to give up these fad trends, this is it. And feel free to message me whenever. I can definitely help coach you through it. But you are worth so much more than what you eat, how you look, what number is on the scale, what size is on your pants, on your shirt. You are worth so much more than that. And yes, I may be a little bigger, my pants might be a size or two bigger, but I'm a whole of a lot happier. And I have so much more time and so much room in my thoughts to go about thinking about other things and talking to my friends about other things than just what I'm eating, what I'm doing to stay lean, and like also along with like this whole intuitive thing with eating has also become intuitive exercise. And I started just listening to my body, not working out when I'm sore, listening to the type of movement that I want to do. And yes, there is discipline. There are some days where I'm like, I don't want to work out, but I know I'm going to feel better once I work out. It's all about listening to the signals that your body is telling you, and once you begin to trust it, I promise you it will be life-changing. So I hope this video helped you understand a little bit about how I started intuitive eating, why I started doing it, and feel free to DM me on my Instagram at lanibfit if you have any other questions, or to comment them down below. Also comment down below if you want other videos on this topic or similar topics. I hope you guys really liked this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to see other videos like this one, as well as daily vlogs. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video.